Welcome to RPA Institute and Research Center, New Delhi presentation. This is the video of a Brunesen cataract. Although on retroillumination we can see that glow is very bright and very clear, but this particular case came out with a very dense, very compact and very hard nucleus. Since the glow is clear, we straight started with the capsular axis without staining the entry capsule. So these are the two side ports being created, and then the main port, which is 60 degrees away from the first side port. Now I am initiating capsular axis with the help of Uttaratra's forceps. So whenever we are dealing with these hard cataract, one very important point is like your capsular axis has to be little larger than what we normally create in a normal cases. It should be at least 5.5 to 6 millimeter in size. That is what we are aiming in this particular case also. So once the axis is complete, it is very important to complete a meticulous hydrodissection as well as hydrodelineation so that your nucleus is completely free within the capsular bag. So this can be confirmed by nucleus rotation with the help of a hook, and at the same time you free the nucleus completely within the capsular bag. Then after aspirating the anterior cortex as well as anterior epinucleus with the help of the phaco probe, I have given a small stroke on the nucleus. Now this stroke confirms the density of the nucleus. So we know that this nucleus is very hard and very dense and very compact. So to crack this nucleus, you need a proper technique and proper device. The device which I have planned to use in this particular case is Terminator the wedge tool. And we know that this device is not a chopper, it's a cracker, which helps in cracking and breaking these hard nuclei into complete free segments. And for nuclear fragmentation, these are the phaco settings we need. The power should be around 50%, the flow should be 30 ml per minute, and the vacuum 450 mm of mercury. And for cracking, your phaco probe has to impale from the center towards the equator superficially, and I'm holding the nucleus just within the equator, and then draw the nucleus and we can see the edge of the nucleus. The moment we see the edge of the nucleus, it has to be hooked with the chopper, and when you draw the chopper within the nucleus starts cracking, and we can very clearly see that crack has started from the point where we have hooked the chopper around the nucleus to the center and the equator on the other side. So we have a complete full thickness segmentation of the nucleus into two pieces. And the important point is the crack has happened just with the initial and the first stroke itself. And now we have a complete full thickness free heminuclear segments. For further cracking of the heminuclei, I am rotating the nucleus and brought the first heminuclei in front of the phaco probe. I am holding the nucleus and then cracking it. Now you can see the first heminuclei has broken into two complete segments. Now I am rotating the second heminuclei and brought it in front of the phaco probe, held it, hooked it, and then cracked it. So complete full thickness cracking. We can see now we have a complete full thickness free 4 segments in the capsular bag. These free segments automatically come on the phaco tip, or they can be very easily drawn from the capsular bag and emulsified. So you can see here very simply we can emulsify these free segments because we don't have to do too much of manipulation to bring them out of the capsular bag because they are free, they easily come on the phaco probe, and very simply emulsified with minimal manipulation and very minimal phaco energy also. And this is the last piece which I'm emulsifying. You have to be very careful in emulsifying the last piece. Very slowly it is completed, and then the epinucleus is being aspirated with the phaco probe. So this is how we complete the aspiration of the epinucleus also. Now there is very minimal amount of the cortical material which is aspirated with bimanual technique, and the capsular bag is looking quite clean. Posterior capsule is absolutely clear, not much of debris is there. The next is the intraocular lens implantation. This is the one piece intraocular lens is being pushed into the capsular bag. The leading haptic has already gone into the capsular bag. The trailing haptic has to be either dialed or pushed into the capsular bag. So here I am pushing it into the capsular bag, and this is how the ion is placed very well into the capsular bag. Then the remaining visco material is being aspirated with the bimanual irrigation and aspiration technique also, and then the wound is sealed. This is how we completed the phaco, and thank you very much.